Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Woke and Weird Podcast, where we talk about just the weirdest and wokest of things,
Yeah?
typical thing. Yeah, let's do a sideline. Yeah, hell yeah.
Well, weird and woke stuff.
Like homosexual things, I know we're all in like this really weird inter-species relationship. I know. Well, I mean, that was supposed to be
Wait.
What?
What
are we?
Okay, all right,
And I'm just finding about this
right.
now?
Yeah, no. Well, Kade okay. I've already said too much.
What?
I'm sorry. Nobody. Hypothetically, if two of us happen to be cat people, not saying it is.
Okay, that's
Not
true.
saying
No kink
we are.
shaming. We've
No
established
kink
that.
shaming.
Who's fucking who?
Okay. Yeah. Who's the imposter, Kemper? Who's the imposters?
Oh no, dude,
Kemper
Tim's
kind of
pretty
sus.
Kemper is really fucking sus.
I'm the
dude.
sus one.
Kemper's like,
Yeah.
I was doing utilities.
Anyways, we got a fun one here for today. I am your host, Goonie. I am joined here by my wonderfully handsome and talented producer, Tim.
Aw, thanks. Hi.
I'm with my good buddy, Jake, with all the hottest of takes. We got Reverse Grandma. I still can't say it without laughing. We have Reverse Grandma here. What's up, Kemper?
Boy, howdy.
And then we have Kade. What's up, Kade?
Well, reverse grandma took my fucking line. I was gonna say boy howdy, but
Ha!
He
I'm
yoinked
just gonna
it.
say
So unoriginal.
Kemper's fucking stupid. That's
Okay,
That's my
fine.
line.
All right.
Hot
that's,
take.
And
That's
then-
a good line.
And then all
Yeah.
of our favorite people in the world, it's Trimmy. How's it going, Trimmy?
Boy, howdy.
We got a special one here for you today, and by special I mean not special at all, because we're very chill. Nobody to interview, no crazy stuff. We're just gonna be hanging with the boys. It's one of those days. Okay, Kemper.
Kemper, stop. So real quick before we move on, I noticed your shirt says Finger Lakes.
It does.
Brent? Is that where a lot of high schoolers would go to say maybe finger or like
No, it's really just the lake.
Now, Kade, that is an excellent question. I'm so glad you asked. The Finger Lakes is a specific region in the New York State. It has nothing to do with getting fingered. The lakes look like a hand. They look like the fingers of a hand. So that's where
that's way dumber than what I had in mind.
like I said, I'm sure lots of people get fingered there. I'm sure that happens daily. Maybe not in the winter, but daily in the summer, spring, fall.
Finger
Maybe
me at the fingers.
Yeah.
Like
Depends on if your car has a good heater or not. But yeah, it's just a region of the New York State, and this is where the Vicster is from. So the Vic got me this. The Vic's mom got me this shirt. So shout outs to Vanessa.
finesse.
The
In
Vanessa.
Pennsylvania, in Pennsylvania, we actually have this one place where a lot of my exes came from. It's called Cheat Lake. So
Okay.
that's one place we have around here. It's like, I think, an hour away.
Trimmy, is that a true story?
Bro, it took me a minute to register. That doesn't exist, Kemper.
It does exist.
You just really need better taste in women. I'm so happy you found Ray because you were slacking for a while.
What a great way to put it.
Get fucked.
The lake does exist, though.
It's right next
Where
to
is it
Annual
at?
River.
Pixar,
where
it didn't
is that?
happen, bro.
Where is
Pixar
it
didn't
at?
have. I'll send it
Send-
to the.
Yeah, DM me a pic of a fucking cheat lake in
Yeah,
Pennsylvania.
I'm gonna do it.
All right, let's do this shit. All right, anyways, so what's in the news, boys? What happened this week? I don't really know. I've been out of the loop.
No, yeah, he's right. So just sorry, but there is an actual cheat lake.
Oh, what the fuck, man?
I'm
this is
sorry.
tense.
It's a
Boner
reservoir
Joe.
in West Virginia. My bad.
Fucking loser.
It's in West Virginia.
So it's not
the
in
other state.
Cheat
PA.
Lake Reservoir.
Yeah.
So,
it doesn't have the same ring to it.
What happened this week is Ted Cruz, aka Ted Cruzamaki, aka the Zodiac Killer,
AKA Kevin from The Office.
went over the Mexican border. You know, he really wanted the wall.
To
Because
Cancun.
Texas got a ton of snow. The South has been hammered this week.
Yeah.
Mhm.
That is what has happened.
Right.
And that's it. That's the only news.
It's pretty bad actually. Like I think I'm looking it up now to make sure I'm getting it right, but it's like almost, I think 60, but I'm gonna check, but like almost 60 people died from like the snow storm, especially like even council people. And it's just not a great look for Ted Cruz fleeing to Cancun while all this is happening.
Cancun cruise.
So was it like a snowstorm, or did like the temperature just like drop super?
It was like a I mean, I never been in a snowstorm, but like if you guys have like a picture of like a worst snowstorm ever, that's happening in Texas.
Yeah.
Yeah. Literally every single county, including like fucking like El Paso and like south of the border, pretty much of Texas, is getting like fucked with snow. And like it's actually more south. Like there's a point in Texas where it's more south than Florida, and it's just getting railed by snow. And like I don't know if it's still going on. Today's Sunday, but yeah, no, and like if people in the north are like, oh yeah, like we fucking get snow all the time. Like why can't they handle it? Well, fucking Texas is basically a desert.
Yeah,
and
their infrastructure isn't designed to support that weather.
Exactly.
And then you get drivers that don't know how to drive on snow, and power lines that aren't used to like having outages and shit.
And a highway department that's not fucking prepared for shit like that with plows and meters and
salt.
Yeah.
Did you guys?
That's crazy.
And it's 58 people to be exact.
Okay.
Did you guys see the?
Probably carbon monoxide more than anything.
There was like okay, in our friend group, this will probably make us laugh, but there was a mom. One of the deaths was a mom and a child, and the mom.
Oh, that's hilarious, bro.
And she decided to leave the car engine on in her garage with the child, and it basically killed. It basically killed them.
Okay.
See, that's not funny.
It's gonna be funny.
I don't know. Our friend group
it's tragic that the baby died, but as far as the mom goes, that's just survival of the fittest.
Right. If
I guess.
a child involved, that would be a funny story because intelligence, like brain cells, some point you have to fucking realize that that's not a good idea.
Come on, you haven't seen the beginning of Midsummer. You know that car exhaust is bad in an enclosed space.
Yeah. I'm actually very much looking forward to our Ari Aster night, where we just fucking geek out over Ari Aster films.
I know Trimmy's gonna circle that on the calendar.
Yeah. Oh, fuck yeah.
He might bust out the video for that podcast.
You know, we'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get a payment shirt.
Hail payment.
Hail payment.
Hail payment. But yeah, that's kind of fucking nuts about Texas though. Like for something like the hottest state in the country, like to have a fucking blizzard. Is there anyone still arguing against climate change? I'm curious.
Yeah, so on Facebook, my family's been sharing stuff. It's like, well, God sent the snow, and I'm like, well, if God could do anything, he'd stop the snow because Texas isn't made for snow. Like, if Pennsylvania got a hurricane, we wouldn't be vibing now, would we? Like, it's just...
Maybe he's testing us as our roof gets torn.
Hey, guys, you know what? The environment will save itself. Got a mortgage to worry about. Okay?
Right.
I'd love to be like, the boomer generation that's like, like at least 10, 15 years from death, because they're the ones that like, fuck renewable energy, fuck the weather, fuck climate change, man. I'm gonna die. God wills it.
Did you see
need my truck?
Did you see the tweet that was going around like when the coronavirus was first happening and like lockdowns were going on? Like there was just like one girl that she was like in high school. She tweeted, she was like, so my mom said that the reason coronavirus is happening is because God is punishing me for sneaking out. This is my bad, guys. I'm so sorry.
That's crazy. Speaking of Twitter and Corona, did you guys see that tweet of a guy? Or no, it wasn't actually a tweet. It was on Facebook. It was like an older guy. He looked like probably he was in his like late 30s or 40s, and he was like tweeting out like, man, why is everybody freaking out? Why is everybody so paranoid about this shit? I'm not wearing a mask anywhere. And he sent a picture of like this party he was going to, and it was like a pool party where there was like shit tons of people, and he's like, oh, another guy like hit him up, and he's like, yo, where is that party? And he gave him the details, and he's like, yeah, dude, nobody's wearing a mask, this is gonna be great. And then like a week later it was his obituary.
Oh shit.
I was like, now that is fucking karma. That is karma in a nutshell.
God
Right? Isn't that
damn.
brutal? It's
Damn.
fucking brutal. But yeah, a lot of people were making fun of him, and other people were just like, guys, stop making fun of him. This is just misinformation. This guy was a victim of fucking misinformation. So this is crazy.
But, I mean, I
crazy
feel
shit.
like there's common sense. I mean, still people with half a fucking brain cell will know what common sense is, and
Mhm.
you
Yeah,
know,
it's
be
like-
able to like not see. He did that in his own ignorance, so he fully
Mhm.
deserves it, in my opinion.
Right,
it.
but when you turn on Fox News and they're like, yeah, fuck that, like, yeah, go to your parties, open shit up, and
Yeah.
you know.
If it's called common sense, why is it so rare?
Rare
Yeah.
That's
sense.
the woke part of the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It circles
My-
back every time.
My favorite thing is seeing the people in. I saw several videos of people in Texas. You know, they don't know how to drive on ice, so their best idea was to jump out of their moving car if it's sliding.
I mean, to
So
be real, Kemper, like, we're used to driving on snow and ice, and it's
Mhm.
still fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, yeah.
Like,
It's still ridiculous, but I mean, why would you jump out of your fucking car?
panic's a hell of a fight or flight. And he
Well,
chose flight.
maybe if you hop out of your car and then get hurt because you're flying out of a moving vehicle onto a pavement road, maybe the state pays for your medical bills.
Technically.
900
So-
IQ move right there.
There was insurance
Yeah.
fraud.
Big brain.
Yeah,
I honestly have no idea why people would jump out of their fucking vehicle.
because
That's
there's
so
cars
fascinating.
behind them moving still. Like there's
Yeah.
a line of cars behind them, and then one person like had to jump out of the way on the ice from another moving car, and their car just kept going straight down the road. Like it was going straight.
Maybe
And
just
they
the
jumped.
maybe just the feeling of lack of control like freaked them out, and they're
Makes
just
sense.
like, well, if I fall out, I can control the way I fall out of the
Mhm.
car. Maybe.
I don't trust this new invention.
That must be a crazy feeling, like just losing control of your car when you've never lost control before. Obviously, people who live up north have that, like Kemper and I and Trimmy, we have that kind of experience where you start to lose and you start to fishtail with your tires losing traction and all. And it's scary, but you have that experience, you have that muscle memory to go like, okay, don't panic. It's gonna be
Don't
fine.
tap on the brakes.
Right? Don't tap on the brakes. You just hold it down, and then the anti-locks kick in. And but a lot of people just don't fucking have that because they don't live in those kind of conditions. It's crazy to think
The
about.
other thing that I noticed too, because in Oregon it's kind of like that, but we get like one heavy day of snow like a year.
Mhm.
So it's always like one day where we're like, God damn it, and have kind of mistakes like this, but not on Dallas's scale. And a lot of people are stupid. They're like, they've planned their commute to work takes 15 minutes, and in the snow you're gonna have to go like 20 miles slower.
Mhm.
Plus, in certain situations, like to get there, it's like a lot of people are like, no, I want to go the speed limit and get to work like I normally do it. It's like or like spin and turn the way they normally want to turn, and that'll cause accidents.
Mhm. Their insurance is definitely going to go up because they didn't want to wake up 15 minutes early.
Mhm.
But yeah. Anything else in the news, boys?
Besides the Texas thing, like car insurance, and so
Mhm.
the Texas car insurance equivalent, it's like two companies. It almost bankrupted them because it was like two of those days. It was just constant claims every single like minute by minute, and it almost like bankrupted them.
Jesus
Damn.
Christ.
That bad.
From all the accidents?
Accidents, because there was like, I forgot what it was, but it was like a highway and just cars were just slamming in each other.
Mhm.
And then even
Yeah.
houses and all that. And so it's just funny.
Yeah.
It's not funny, but just ironically that an insurance
Not-
company can run out of money.
Yeah,
Not
it's-
as funny as a mom and her kid dying.
I was just about to fucking say that, Trimmy. Come on.
I was trying to think of the delivery and I couldn't.
You beat me to it by a second.
Oh man. But I have some more lighthearted news that'll probably be very exciting for Kade, in particular. So 2 days ago, or maybe it was 3 days ago, Nintendo had a direct, which they're called Nintendo Directs. They're kind of like a developer meeting. They announce games. They do all these stuff. It's like a big presentation, and they announced for the first time in I think a decade Mario Golf.
Oh,
What?
man.
They
I
did?
didn't hear about that.
Announced Mario Golf,
Wow.
and this shit looks kind of fun. I'm not a golfer. I haven't played Mario Golf in probably 9 or 10 years because that shit was on the GameCube.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks pretty hype. I'll have to show you guys the trailer when we're done here. But
I love me some golf games.
yeah, but Kate, the thing I was going to tell you about that seems fun. They have this mode called Speed Golf, where you literally have to tee off and then sprint to your ball. Whoever gets done with the course first is actually who wins. It doesn't give a shit what your score is.
They actually
so
have
funny.
those tournaments, like
Yeah.
where it's called Sprint Golf, and it's for 3 holes. Like where I came from, they had like tournaments like that where you would have to hit the ball and then run to your ball, hit it, run to your ball, hit it for 3 holes, and you'd be fucking whipped by the time you get done. But it was so much fun.
So like, was it scored the same, like pars and birdies and
Yeah.
shit? Or,
however many strokes you took on those 3 holes, that's
so what at the time? When did the time come into play? Like, did you get extra points based off of how much?
Yeah, I don't know. Like I think it was more of like a fun kind of deal because we used to go to like best ball and like scramble tournaments all the time. But like that would be like if you got like because there would be obviously like multiple like +1s or +2s, but then it's like the fastest time of the best score would like win. So like that's just the way it would work. But it was super fun to watch.
Brian,
All these old ass dudes just like struggling.
What's up?
I feel like if we were doing that, you and me would definitely do what we did at Full Sail and just cheat and just keep hammering, like dropping strokes.
Absolutely. I would not give a shit about my score. I would finish first for sure.
They're like Gatling gun, just fucking.
I would run over to Cade's ball and just like kick it.
Bury it in the ground.
Yeah.
I can't hit it, bitch.
When he's not looking, take his putter and just whip it into the woods. So like when he gets to the green, he's like, "Where the putter?"
Fuck you.
But yeah, we might have to see if we can dip into the funds a little bit and get us all some Mario Golf so we can stream
Yeah.
that shit.
We can have a 6-some.
That sounds pretty fucking fun.
6-some. Ooh.
I think
That's
that
just a gangbang.
kinda.
I mean, they
Well,
call it
well-
2-somes, 3-somes, and 4-somes in golf, but like there's like 6 of us.
Sixums.
I wouldn't.
Or that would just be an
Sixums?
orgy at that point. So yeah.
Yeah.
would
I mean,
just
that's
orgy.
basically what Oregon was, except Kemper wasn't there.
Oregon.
Right.
So a 5-some.
Missed a solid one.
That was a good time.
Missed the 5-some.
But anyways, I think that's actually a pretty good transition, Mario Golf, into our next topic. Jake had a great idea to reminisce a little bit about our LAN parties while we were all at college, which was a fucking blast. And I think this is actually really fun to touch upon now since we're all going to be transitioning to PC. I know
That's true.
very proud pop over here. Kade has officially bought his new PC. He's all set up. Tim has bought his new PC. Kemper's got a new PC from his dad, so I'll be getting mine very soon. Trimmy's the last one, and I'm sure it'll happen once he finds his own place. And I was waiting for a retort. Do you have anything to say about that, Trimmy?
What?
God damn it. This motherfucker was on Instagram looking at hockey highlights.
I wasn't. You guys cut out for me, I swear.
We're talking about how we're all transitioning to PC, and hopefully that you'll be doing the same once you get a place with Casey, and you'll be all set up in your new apartment or place or wherever you are. And I was waiting for a retort, and then you just were silent.
I mean, for what it's worth, I'm going to use it once a week for 2 hours, and it'll be for this podcast, and that'll be it.
False, because you'll use it for Rocket League.
I hate Rocket League more than
You love Rocket League.
You
You're just
always
mad.
hate games that you love. You always are just like, I hate For Honor.
That's competitive games.
Oh, but I literally hate For Honor. Like I'll play it for like a week once a year, and then I'm like, I see why I stopped doing
Dude,
this.
ever since I hopped back on For Honor like last week, I've been undefeated in that game online.
Yeah?
You gotta try it. Yeah, as Conqueror, I just
Oh,
people
shit.
I
can't
know how to beat
people
you.
can't handle it. Yeah,
Mm.
no, dude, I swear my style is perfected. You can't.
Do
I
it
got you.
live. Is it just
Do it
hitting all
live.
in different directions?
No, I actually play kind of strategic now.
do you? Okay,
Kind
that's
of,
good,
yeah.
that's good. That's how you used to play, and it was very easy.
Fucking
to
shut. I was so
Easy.
proud of myself when I shut down Orochi mains and
Nice.
whatever that stupid ass person that Kade plays that pokes you with the poison.
No bullshit.
Fucking,
Poison poke.
fucking hate that fuck.
Shout outs to For Honor. That's a really fun game, honestly. Of
The
all
sec-
the
Is it?
the second one was leaked.
they're making
so
a
there is gonna be.
sequel?
Yeah.
Really, I
Oh,
didn't see
fine.
that.
I'm pumped for
There's-
Fire One.
There's Romans in it as
Oh, shit.
characters to play as.
Is it called
Is
Two?
it
Two on.
To Honor? Is it an expansion or a sequel?
2-4-2 Honor.
Sequel.
Oh, okay. I wonder if they're gonna keep all the previous heroes or just like restart from scratch. That'd be kind of
I
crazy.
think they should start from scratch.
I
They
will
should.
not
That's a
say
lot of
the
work.
Lawbringer isn't in there.
That is a lot of work, but like,
You have IP in the first For Honor. You might as well just either expand upon it or just add a lot of new shit with
Yeah.
the original characters.
Yeah,
So.
I'm actually very curious. I'll look that up once we're done here. I'm definitely interested. That was a game I definitely put a lot of time into when it first came out.
It was a good game in some
It was.
aspects. Like the
was.
1v1, 2v2,
Mhm,
3v3, that's an awesome fighting game
mhm.
dynamic.
Definitely had
Just-
great fighting game mechanics, but it
I
was the
also
fucking-
wanted to kill myself more than any other game I've ever played playing that game.
Oh man, there were only several things that made me so salty in that game, but those things just aggravated and tilted the shit out of me when it
You
happened.
like the Orochi with the R1, R1, R1. Move, jab, R1.
It was the same thing. It was the same thing, and I just couldn't counter it. But
the fucking
like
thing.
like going back to the LAN parties or like
Right, that-
like the kind of like I remember like distinctly one night it was like it involves you, Brent, but like all of us were like on a winning streak of Overwatch. That was basically the game that we played, and everyone would come to my place because I had like a little better internet and just had bigger space for everyone to set up and such. And so you know, we start at like 7 p.m. after we all got dinner or whatever, play straight through to like 5 in the morning, 6 in the morning or whatever.
Yeah.
And
Vegas, you're just
and this happened like
Yeah,
a lot,
right.
like during like a couple of weekends. It was like a ritual thing. And
Mhm.
I remember one, it was Sunday to a Monday, and like a lot of us didn't have class on Monday, and it was like 7:30 a.m. and then we were packing up, and Brent's like, "Yeah, I gotta go to class, guys." And
Yeah.
we're like, "Why?
Yeah.
It was funny because like it was around 5 a.m. that I remember that. It was around 5 a.m. and I came to that realization like, oh shit, when the sun comes up, I'm gonna have to get ready for fucking school. Oh, I hate my life. And then of course I queued up for the next game whenever we were ready. I opted for no sleep. If I would have slept for 2 hours, I would have felt worse for sure.
yeah.
Mhm.
For sure. So
You
yeah,
always do.
we had some great times with those fucking LAN parties at Tim's house. But like you said, Overwatch was the bulk of the time we spent.
And I
Uh,
sense
playing-
Overwatch 2 will be that.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
was gonna say,
remember we would go like grab just like a bunch of energy drinks.
Mhm.
Like Tim would buy like the fucking 32 pack of Red Bull or whatever. And we'd have it there.
God.
We had a whiteboard that we never used, but like just in case we wanted to drop a play, it was there. That
I remember that now. Holy
With
shit.
like really shitty straps.
we never did.
It just said straps and nothing was ever put on there.
There you see, we're gonna have Brent go up go right up fucking here. And then when he drops down, he's gonna hit triangle. And then when he does that, you guys go right the fuck over here. And then we win. It's like, what the fuck?
And then someone would all be like, what?
No,
oh man.
No, go ahead, Kade.
I remember there was one night where, because it was 5 of us mostly, and 3 of us would be set up in the living room, and then 2 would be set up in, like, I think it was either just the spare bedroom.
Yeah, it was the second
Yeah.
bedroom.
It was usually Jake and I were in there.
Yeah, me and Brett were being.
Yeah, and so like we've had so many hype moments, but I remember one night where there was this one kid we queued up with because there was 6-player teams, and there was 5 of us, so like there would always be a rando joining in on each game. And this one fucking guy, he didn't have a mic, but he was obviously mouse and keyboarding, which we were playing on console. And yeah, we're playing on console, and he was a DPS player. He was playing Widowmaker and like Hanzo and all that. And like that was back when like hardly anyone mouse and keyboarded, but like it was just such an unfair advantage because we were all on console, and he could just do fucking nasty ass flicks. And so like we literally got like, I think it was like a 9-game win streak with him, and like we were it was just so hype. Like
I remember he didn't have a mic, so he would chat. He would send us like text chats.
Yeah, through the PS4 app.
Through the PSN party app, and like I think the very first message he got from him, because he could hear us through the party chat, like the audio. So like he'd be like, "Yo, guys," because we were like, "Yo, this guy's obviously on mouse and keyboard. There's no way he's not." And he's like, guys, please keep that down. Like, please, I don't want to get banned.
we were always just going like, all right. Oh, he's like, yeah, good shot, wink, wink. Because like every fucking shot he did was just mouse and keyboarding. Like, let's play, wink, wink.
Dude, do you guys remember the game where like it was something like we were talking mad shit and kind of like arguing, and we're like, this is gonna work. This is gonna work. And like, I can't remember who, but Kade and like someone else did something, and then just went like crazy after the win, and just like ran into the room, like just super hyped.
There was a couple of times where we all went fucking nuts. Yeah. I remember there was one particular time on Anubis when we were playing on Anubis, and we were definitely the underdogs, and we were losing by a lot. But in that last round, we got 0.1 and 2. And like when we got 0.1, you just hear Tim on, because I have the recording. You hear Tim just go, "All right, just go."
Yeah,
all just fucking zerg the point, and somehow we won, and you could hear us all just like lose our minds. Oh, let's go!
Crazy.
Yeah.
And real quick, I actually
cigarettes.
Yeah. Oh my god, that was crazy. I miss those days.
Yeah.
But real quick, I have the video on my YouTube, but it was a video. It was during a LAN party, and we were playing 5 tanks, and then I can't remember who, but like it was either Trimmy or like someone else we played with was Lucio. So it was like Reinhardt, Zarya, Diva, Hog, and like one other tank, and then fucking Lucio. And we were fucking dominating this team. Like I would throw in a bomb and get a quad kill. Like whoever's playing Ryan, get a fucking shatter. And like I remember Jake had a sick ass grav. And, like we would just like used everything, and like it was just so hype. But I gotta post that video in the link.
You remember too? I think after that we're like, why don't we just do that every time?
And then it didn't
This
work.
is so easy.
It never worked again.
It just worked that one game as a one off. Great times though.
Those are, man.
A lot of fun. Do you remember that time, Kade, when when it was like the very last bit of the game, and they were like totally pushing the payload, and like looked like they were gonna just completely close out and win, and we got it like 90% of the way.
Mm-hmm.
What map was that? And then you were Diva, and like just like all got killed, and it was like you just shot up there, and I was just as Anna just like feeding only you.
Like
that was
Icon Wall
and dying, and I just kept feeding you.
That was Icon Wall
and loading you up.
And I remember we won that, and then I just hear Jake go, "Yes, Kade, you're fucking welcome." Because I was just getting constantly healed like by Jake, and I was just like trying to pop off, and we somehow got it. Jake was just straight up pocketing me, and wouldn't have worked without him. It was fucking
We
awesome.
were definitely a scrappy team, that's for sure. We didn't have
yeah.
much in terms of the raw skill, but
We didn't have strats.
No.
we had scraps, not straps.
No, we had a whiteboard that says strats. That's all
Yeah,
we
that's
needed.
True. Did we ever get anything on that whiteboard? Like some squares, circles, and arrows? Anything?
No.
I think we said comps. We wrote comps,
Yeah.
and we picked the characters that we literally played every single game.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Our meta. Not the meta. It was our meta.
Yeah, correct. We didn't win a lot, but we won sometimes. It was worth
We
it.
went on a couple runs in those
Yeah,
landmarks.
yeah, we did.
Yeah.
We did.
Yeah, no. All in all, it was a fucking blast, though.
It was. It definitely was.
Win or
And that-
lose.
Even without those LAN parties, whenever we would all hang out, we were always fucking playing Overwatch. It was just how it's just what we did to kill time.
I got ranked up fast because of you guys.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We would just pass around the controller and play singles or quick play or whatever the fuck we wanted. So definitely owe a lot to that game for sure.
Yeah.
We've had some heated custom games too.
Oh yeah.
Mhm. Do you guys remember that fucking 1v1 between Kade and Tim to
Oh.
decide who got the big room?
Oh,
And Tim-
man.
Good idea.
He was getting really fucking mad. Yeah,
It was a great time.
that was
Yeah.
actually at my house. That was actually where
Mhm.
Kemper.
I was on
Yeah.
Kemper's PS4 and
Mhm.
Tim was on yours.
Yep. But yeah, that was a
I
good time.
blame-
I was
I
having
blame-
such a good time just as a bystander.
I blame it on Brent's PS4.
Oh yeah, totally. It's not a pro.
It was lagging.
Yeah, old
Frame
kids.
rate
Don't you
drop.
hate that? Don't you hate when that happens?
The analog stick is kind of sticky.
Oh,
Can't aim correctly.
there's a dog in the bushes. Distracting. He's gone now, though. He's gone. He's cool.
God, what a great idea to just settle like someone's living situation through a 1v1 Overwatch.
Yeah.
I will settle anything with anyone on Valorant 1v1s. Like Tim wants to face me on the 1v1.
We gotta
Whatever.
live
What was
stream
it?
that.
It's supposed to be next week. I will crush you.
My God.
I will bet anything on it.
I honestly don't think 1v1 Valorant is play. It's got to be 1v1 Rust. It's got to be 1v1.
Yeah.
I can't win 1v1 Rust. I'm too rusty.
Ah,
That was worth it. Well worth the silence.
Oh man.
Oh,
But yeah, we'll figure out a system to
That would
settle
we do need
debates.
to 1v1 Rust this
yeah.
bitch.
Well, once we get the stream all set up and going, that'll be fucking one way we can settle disputes. We can even have polls on Twitter of who we think's gonna win.
We can
Yeah.
play 1v1 Halo and
That's
Ooh,
true. We
I
can.
can't.
Halo as
I'll
well.
get fucked so
Well,
hard.
we can get on DraftKings and make bets.
Yeah.
Put financial back in this.
No.
Do you guys not remember the entire esports app I pitched to you guys that I gave you screenshots of that I put in my marketing class?
Yes.
I think
and
That was
and
that
it takes-
esports betting.
it takes a lot of money to put that up.
I would
And
not
a
be
lot
able
of
to
state
put
laws.
that up.
There's a ton.
There's
Yeah,
so much.
there's tons
So
of
much.
betting
Yeah.
sites. There really is. You know what? I think this is a really good time for a commercial break. So fuck it, you're getting ads, bitches. And we're back. I hope you break. So next, we're gonna be talking about a man that's very famous, also not very famous, which is kind of weird.
Yeah.
He's kind of an enigma in the film industry.
He's huge,
He's huge.
but not
Not
that
everyone-
many people know
Right.
like him.
He's not.
fat.
He's huge. Shut up, kid.
He's chubby, but he's kind of stocky. Ish.
Here's how I think, Jake. He is huge in the industry, but he's not huge in mainstream.
Yes.
Not a lot of people know his name.
Are
And
conscious of
Yeah,
his,
right,
but
right.
subconsciously they probably fucking love him.
Mhm. With all this project.
Talking about John Favreau, my boy, and I was like, after watching The Mandalorian, because I thought about this, like, Iron Man's one of my favorite movies. I thought that like some of his other movies down the line were really good too. I loved Chef. I hadn't seen Jungle Book, but like I hear it's pretty good. Like Elf, the dude's had like a really good sleeper career. And I'm like, this is kind of one of my favorite directors. Like, and I feel like he just never really gets his credit. So I kind of wanted to do just like a career retrospective and go around and say your favorite movie or show thing of his. I'll start. Normally, I would say Iron Man, but I think The Mandalorian is like
way to take the only one that everyone else is gonna say.
All right, fine.
True.
Yeah,
but I love that fucking show, man. I
yeah.
put it off for a while. I don't know why, but like once I started watching it, I got into it, and I noticed these patterns in all of his work of simple storytelling. He stays within the lines. He doesn't do anything too crazy, but you get exactly what you want out of his movies.
Mm-hmm.
Totally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yo, that dude's not short at all. He's actually 6'1".
Pretty big man.
Big guy.
Jesus.
Don't
Yeah.
piss him off.
I mean,
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say mine, but like basically Iron Man, because as I'm looking back at like what he created, like he single-handedly, brought everything together.
He started the MCU. If Iron Man didn't do well in the box office, that does not set up Captain America, Thor.
If that movie had failed commercially, and I give that, because I'm a huge MCU buff, I give that credit both to John and to Kevin Feige, who was
producer.
the guy that's he's the producer. He oversees the entire MCU. He has this whole roadmap planned out, and obviously it's been super fucking successful. One of the most successful franchises in film history, if not the most. Is it the most, or is it Star Wars still?
That's a good question.
I don't know.
Well, I think Marvel, because they've made
Either way, Disney's chilling.
Yeah, Disney's fucking.
They
This
own
is all
both.
Disney. This is all Disney. Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely would say Iron Man, immense impact on me. He also worked on Elf, and Elf had a large impact on my childhood as well.
Yes.
For sure. Yep, for sure. And he also had a cameo in Friends, which I'm sure Kade will probably.
I do appreciate. Yeah.
He was Monica's boyfriend for I don't even know how many episodes he was on the show.
Yeah, he was like a super rich guy and like really kind of fell for Monica, and then he's like, I'm gonna become an MMA fighter, and then he really fucking sucked.
So she broke up with him because he just kept getting his ass handed to him, and he was just in super bad shape all the time.
Exactly.
Great shit. Great.
So it is Marvel universe is bigger than Star Wars.
Okay. Is it the most successful franchise, or
yes,
is like
by a large amount?
I would imagine the only ones I could imagine even holding a can Furious and like maybe.
Well,
if you think
about it, Marvel has like 26 movies like in the
Right.
MCU, like, and like Fast and Furious has like what 8, and then Star Wars like maybe 12.
Yeah.
Like,
And like, so we're just talking about the biggest franchises. It's like we're saying Marvel or Star Wars. John Favreau has done both really fucking well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's a those fans have high expectations, and like he's given you a good movie and stayed true to what people love about the universe.
yeah. I'll go ahead and say, like, I would say The Mandalorian, but since Jake already said Mandalorian, but I'll just let me touch on it real quick. It reminds me a lot of Cowboy Bebop, at least its structure. It's literally like it's literally a space western, and like that's exactly what Cowboy Bebop was, and it's very episodic. It has a main story, but a lot of episodes are fillers, but they're good fillers, and it's just such a nice, tight, contained, simple story. And that's what I love. Like, for example, the first episode of the second season, when he finds the marshal of that town who has the Mandalorian armor. I think his name's Timothy Oliphant or whatever.
Yeah.
The main the
That
guy.
was a good episode.
Yeah, that's like the perfect filler episode, like a perfect way to kickstart the season. But yeah, so that's all I had to say about Mandalorian. But one movie that I watched kind of recently and I actually really love is Chef. with
very
John
underrated.
Favreau starred and directed it, and it actually has a pretty solid cast too.
Mhm.
And that's another example of a simple, lighthearted, like story, but it also like it sticks with you. It just feels genuine too.
So I saw a thing of him talking about writing that movie, and he said that he got, obviously there's a true story of a chef who kind of was in a similar situation, but that movie is really based on how he feels like he's been treated by the film industry, where like was doing something a lot of big, and then he just was like trying to go back to the roots and tell a simple story. And like, is it gonna win Best Picture and to dominate the box office? No, but like I've watched that movie a couple times and I like it every time.
Actually,
Funny
didn't
when it
it
needs to be
win?
funny.
For someone
Didn't it
that's never seen that before, where can I watch it? I'm not even
Netflix.
sure. It is on Netflix?
I watched it on
Yeah.
Netflix like a
Chef
month ago.
Show. He has that show too. If you like Netflix cooking shows, Good Girlfriend material, by the way. Pop it on. Just saying. John Favreau, you get like Spider-Man and like food stuff.
Hey,
You know?
I can't lie. That's intriguing.
So, okay, I have something. So, in the famous last words of Iron Man at Endgame, I am Iron Man. Oh, damn it.
Oh yeah.
Fuck.
Well. Okay.
Oh.
Well. That was actually kind of cool. Once
I
I
was-
realized what he was doing.
I'm
Well-
impressed, man. I'm impressed.
That would have been
Yeah.
way more cool if you did it the first time.
Well,
I still appreciate that.
You
Yeah,
imagine if Tony Stark did that in the actual movie? I am Iron Man, and like missed his like snap. Oh fuck! Oh, I am Iron Man, and then did it.
Because the crazy thing is, Tim leaves is off that. It's like that's actually a really good point. That line was a callback to that end in the first movie, which was such a big moment. Like when you think about that, Brent can probably know more about this than I do, but like up until that point, most of the superhero movies were like very strong on their secret identity.
Yep.
Like you have your alter ego, and that's like a big thing, keeping it closed. And like to just go up there and be like, yeah, this is me, fuck off. Like I'm the guy that saved you all. Like
Yeah.
you're welcome. And I got more money than any of you. So if
And-
you have a problem, fuck off. Like,
And it was just a testament to how well written Tony Stark was in that movie and how portrayed and charismatic Robert Downey Jr. was. It was just that movie was just the perfect combination.
The collaboration between the two,
wildness.
John Favreau and RDJ, I think
Yep.
that's
And
what
Kevin
made
Feige.
them.
RDJ has said too that the producers and the people wanting money, that movie was so important to gaining traction that they wanted a bigger star than Robert Downey Jr. at the time.
Yep.
And Favreau was the one who was adamant, saying no, he needs to be an older guy who is like complicated character. Like that takes some balls to kind of
Shut down that.
stand up for a guy who kind of pissed his career away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That,
We're
but
talking about RDJ.
looking back now, I really can't see anyone else playing Iron Man.
Not
At
a
least,
chance.
at least
Never.
not to a fucking T like RDJ.
Yeah. Not owning the role like he did.
Yeah.
Like
He fucking
so
murdered
much
it.
so that nobody could ever fucking take his place. Like there's
Yeah.
not even a
That goes for like I'd say pretty much everyone in the MCU. Like every main character in the MCU.
It's
They're
very
very
well
well
casted.
casted. Very well
Yeah.
casted. Yeah.
Casting director deserves whatever salary they got.
It's a lady. I can't remember what her name is. She deserves so much fucking credit for all the bomb ass casting she done. But that's you actually led me into a question that I've been thinking about myself. Given recent awful things that happened in 2020, but Chadwick Boseman died.
Yeah.
Everyone knows that. Again, superbly casted. He was fucking perfect for T'Challa. Do you guys think they should recast T'Challa?
Michael B. Jordan.
Michael B. Jordan's
okay,
already in Black Panther. He was Killmonger.
Doesn't
Yeah.
matter. Just recast him as Black
I would
Panther.
love that too, Kemper, but like realistically.
Yeah, it
Right. Right.
can't happen.
He's the right one for it, but
He
you know.
is.
He is the
I
right one for it. You're right.
I agree.
Or what's Denzel's son, John David Washington?
Yes,
He'd be a good Black Panther.
So knowing what I know about the comics, I'm a huge Marvel Comics like fucking nerd, like hardcore nerd. T'Challa is such a fucking deep and ingrained character in the Marvel ethos that I can't imagine them just being like, oh yeah, T'Challa died. Sure, he's gonna be the new Black Panther. Like I just can't. I could not be okay with that.
I'm surprised none of you guys have mentioned Lakeith Stanfield.
I think he'd be a great person to have, but I don't know if he's a superhero.
Wouldn't own the role. Yeah,
he'd own the role, but he's just not jacked enough.
If he got him buffed, I feel like he could.
He could, but I think he's more of a phenomenal character actor as opposed to like he can lead, but I don't know if he could be a superhero. The same way we were talking about, like Tom Holland really wants to be James Bond, and I'm like, I don't think I love Tom Holland, but like I don't think he'd be that good. Of
God, no.
Like I don't believe
Tom
he can
Holland, James Bond.
You know what I mean?
You already got Nathan Drake. Don't go for James Bond, dude. Come on.
I'm really excited for that Uncharted.
That's a character I can believe. You know,
I'm really excited for that movie. I think.
I don't think he's gonna kill it. I just don't think.
I think he might. I think he might. I don't know. There's a lot of room with that character. I think he might kill it. It depends on if I'm not worried about Tom fucking movie in the script.
Your mic entirely cut out there.
It did cut out, but I completely agree, Brent. Yeah. It's the people ahead of Tom Holland on the decision making chain that I'm worried about.
It's the writing that I'm fucking concerned about for sure.
But going back to John Favreau, another movie you haven't seen yet, Jake, is The Jungle Book.
Yes,
and I've heard. I still haven't seen The Lion King or John Favreau's version of The Lion King. I heard it's actual Garbo, and for good reason too, because like there's no reason to remake the Lion King because it's older, but it's not like too old. Like anyone can watch it and fucking enjoy it. But like in the case for Jungle Book, I feel like that's like a good time for a remake because it's the original one was like in the 60s. And like you need a revamped. The other one was I think either 50s or 60s. I want to say the 60s, but that was a perfect time to reboot that IP. And I think John Favreau did an awesome job. He had fucking Idris Elba and Christopher Walken as the big fucking orangutan, and him singing. All I want is Christopher Walken singing, and I get it. We all get it, and it's fucking awesome.
I'm an orangutan.
Basically, he does that. But that's a really, really, really good movie. And I really recommend it to everyone that's any sort of fan of like visual effects or just cool shit in general.
Yes, I haven't seen it, but I'm sure it's good because I trust his filmmaking.
The Jungle Book. You haven't seen The Jungle Book?
No, I haven't seen it. I'm not really big on the whole kids movies as a genre. It just doesn't.
It's pretty awesome.
Doesn't tickle my fancy as much as it tickles other people's.
Yeah, I mean, of all the remakes of all the classic, Jungle Book is definitely the best. But like I've seen like Lion King, wasn't impressed. I've seen parts of Aladdin, not impressed. Although it was better than Lion King, but yeah, I definitely think Jungle Book's pretty.
Yeah. Now, out of all the Disney remakes, because they've fucking done a lot now. They've done Cinderella, Mulan, Lion King, so many. Like Jungle Book is by the way the best one, and so
Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah,
so big ups to John Favreau. I mean, I know he did Lion King as well, but I bet you he didn't give a shit about that because I bet he was in production of The Mandalorian at the time as well. So he's just kind of like that was like a throwaway project.
Yeah. So, are you talking about The Lion King?
Yeah, the Lion John Favreau's Lion King.
You're probably right. That's probably all right, Disney. Hey, how about 10, 20? For a Lion King remake, I'll just take the same script and do it in post. Like
how hard could it be?
Yeah, exactly.
Disney's like, yeah, I'll probably still make $1 billion. Here you go.
Yeah, great guy, great career. I really think that's definitely
It's
something
underrated. I wanted
for
to,
sure.
talk about how good he was.
Yeah,
Mhm.
under the radar for sure. For a lot of people, I know a lot of people like us really appreciate that his career, all the things that he's done, but many people do not, and they have no idea who he is. They just know him as, hey, it's that guy from the Iron Man movies, his bodyguard,
Happy.
Or friends.
Happy Hogan.
Oh yeah, he's this guy in Couples Retreat.
Yeah,
I know him specifically just from directing Cowboys and Aliens.
Yeah. We don't talk
Yep.
about that.
wait a minute.
Yeah.
I guarantee you that's one of those movies that, like, when the script was written, the producer's like, "Oh, Cowboys, Aliens, oh, sure."
I don't know what the fuck was happening in that entire movie.
He directed Cowboys and Aliens.
Yes.
I might have to reconsider my previous statements.
You're
That
like,
movie
I'm-
was
Daniel Craig,
horrific.
Tommy Lee Jones, what?
Yeah,
Cowboys, Aliens.
It was Harrison Ford.
it was Harrison
Oh, it was
Ford.
Harrison Ford, though.
And the kid from Swiss Army Man. I can never.
Oh, Paul Dano.
Paul Dano, thank you. Oh, I should have said
And,
Wilmer.
and Daniel Craig has Daniel Craig in it too.
Yep. But holy fuck, that should
be a
no
movie-
Gwyneth.
that should be
No
a movie we
Gwyneth.
should all just watch together.
No,
No.
That would be
No.
fun to
No,
watch
not
and
worth
rip
it.
apart. That would be
Oh,
a lot of fun.
not before the happening. Not
Okay,
before
you're
the
right.
happening.
I'll watch The Happening before I ever watch Cowboys and Aliens.
Double
ever.
feature?
That's a funny movie.
Double feature.
Yeah,
That's too
sure.
much. That's
I
too
think
much,
that's
man.
Too much bad.
I honestly would lose myself if I fucking had to watch those movies back to back.
You know what we should do? We should watch like Cowboys and Aliens, and then like Iron Man or something, and then we should watch The Happening, and then like The Sixth Sense, and compare
Okay,
like the director's really shitty movies to their really good movies.
I like that idea. That's
Mhm.
actually not a bad idea. Well, I think Kate's camera just died.
Good.
But anyways, this is a really good time for so hopefully you enjoy our great friends and sponsors, Anchor. Let's get it.
Anchor, nice.
And we're back. Thank you guys for sticking with us all this time. We have a really fun conversation coming your way for this part.
No. Before we go on, I need to hear Trimmy's answer to my other question of what his favorite John Favreau film is, because his passive-aggressive quietness slipped out of that conversation. So I need to know your opinion on this, Trimmy.
It's not passive aggressive. I don't want to overshadow or chime in when I shouldn't. I mean,
You should have chimed in. I told
should.
You can literally talk over me and I'd be okay with it.
okay. Well, I'd have to say my favorite Favreau movie is Iron Man. I think that's a pretty default thing, but Iron Man's a banger. You can always watch Iron Man and enjoy yourself.
for real.
Yeah.
And here's a Jake thing. Here's a hot take. This isn't the fault of Favreau himself. This is a personal thing. I think Elf is the most overrated movie of all time. I generally think
That is a hot take.
I generally think it's terrible, and it's simply because of Will Ferrell. I can't stand Will Ferrell.
You don't like Will
Really?
Ferrell at all?
I don't think he's funny whatsoever.
What Christmas movie do you love that you get really pissed off when everyone plays Elf?
Like Christmas came around, Casey's like, "We have to watch Elf," and I'm like, "I'll pay you if we don't have to."
Actually, I think. Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was gonna say I think most overrated fucking Will Ferrell movie is definitely Step Brothers.
No. Wrong.
It's,
Yeah,
it's
don't
Guys,
overrated.
these
Step Brothers
takes
either.
are too hot, and if I'm
It's
saying
overrated.
that,
These are steaming, fucking blistering hot takes.
I
I'm
honestly-
sorry.
Godfather's trash.
Elf.
have
Elf is
never-
better than fucking Step Brothers. I'm sorry.
Damn.
Ew.
Well, that's not that hot of a
Ew.
take when you
It's
think
not.
about how good Elf is.
Yeah,
Elf is a
good.
classic. Elf is a timeless classic,
Sorry,
and you
Trimmy.
can watch it every year.
If you don't see if you see Will Ferrell rubbing his nutsack on a drum set and don't laugh, what the fuck is wrong with you?
You can. It's just the jokes have been used so many times that it's just been killed.
Honestly,
Actually,
Kemper?
I kind of agree with that.
I thought Kemper was about to say that Anchorman was the movie of all time. And
No,
I was
Anchorman's better than Step Brothers.
literally about to throw hands. I was not
No.
about to take that one standing.
Anchorman's better. I don't think
Here's-
Step Brothers is that great.
Here's a hot take. I think Will Ferrell's best movie is Talladega Nights.
Ooh, better than Anchorman? I don't
That's still a hot take. I don't think
The scene
I
when
don't-
he
it's-
shows the knife in his leg and they pry it
I know-
out with another knife.
I said
The
it's one of
prayer
my-
scene.
on the
The
knees.
prayer scene.
Yep, the prayer
Nonetheless,
scene
yeah.
is great. That is really funny.
I did say that was like one of the funniest moments in I've seen in the movie was
that your
Talladega Nights
pick?
with the. Yeah, that was my pick. Yeah, the knife scene in the leg.
Mhm.
I just don't know if it's his best. It's hard to say.
So I'm gonna be that guy, and I'm gonna say my favorite heavily
What?
rated is Land of the Lost.
I am so happy you said that because I fucking
movie-
love that movie.
It is fucking garbage, but it is so goddamn funny. It really is.
It's funny as fuck. It had Danny McBride and Will Ferrell just like fucking popping off. The movie is straight up garbo, but it does make me laugh.
It's
Yeah.
so good though. It's so good and so
Me
bad.
and Lonnie love that movie.
Same.
The one for me is The Goods.
I like the
With the
goods.
first
That's
one.
not really a Will Ferrell movie. He's in it,
I
but
know, but I'm talking
Yeah.
about like movies that like aren't necessarily the best, but just like I think are hilarious in
yeah.
their own quirky way.
Although Will Ferrell's only seen that movie, so he's like, I always knew this is how I'd go out, falling through the air without a parachute with a big purple dildo in my hand.
All right, are we moving on? I think
Oh,
we.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we started the initial segment, and then Trimmy gave his piece, and then of course we went on a huge tangent, like we always do.
Yeah.
But yeah. So this topic that we're going to be talking about is very interesting. We're going to be talking about OnlyFans. I know we've joked about it many times on this cast, but we're going to
I'm
be
now selling my feet pics.
right. We're making
So,
a Woken Weird OnlyFans account,
mhm.
and we're going to sell our feet pics. Hopefully, we get some donos.
That would be a good reverse grandma poll. What would the price of feet pics go for? Or what would you pay?
If I started a poll on Reverse Grandma right now that asked people would they buy my feet pics on OnlyFans, the results will be overwhelming. Wow, I
Do
can't
it.
talk. What the fuck? Overwhelmingly positive for yes, but they're not gonna do it. No one's gonna buy that shit.
You're not gonna,
No
they're
one's
not
gonna buy
ante
it.
up and buy it.
They're just gonna say yes. All right. Maybe I'll just make a subscription like $1. You know,
So
$1 you get to see Reverse Grandma's fucking.
There's probably some guy who's never been on Reverse Grandma or heard this podcast. It's like, look at this steal.
I think
Hey, hit me, DM me, man.
wasn't our topic of discussion like how would you feel if your girlfriend got an OnlyFans?
I was getting there.
Yes.
We went off on a tangent again, but yes, we were in the context of how would you feel if your significant other had an OnlyFans account
Yes.
Or decided on making an OnlyFans?
or decided on making one. Hopefully, the communication is good enough to where they would talk to you about it beforehand. But
But you never know.
you never know. You
You
never.
never know. So I mean, who wants to start?
I'll go. So it's funny. I think it was like 3 or 4 days ago. I was hanging out with my girlfriend Lauren, and I brought up the fact that our next topic for our podcast was like how would you feel about your girlfriend getting an OnlyFans? And like, so of course she was super interested on what I would think if she got an OnlyFans. And
Don't listen to this podcast.
yeah, and so she asked me. She goes, what would you do if I got an OnlyFans or made an OnlyFans? Like, so I just kind of leaned more to like I wouldn't really care. Like, it's what you want to do, and if you wanted to do that, then I'll support you. And she was actually kind of like, she was kind of taken, I wouldn't say upset, but she was taken aback by the fact that like I just would let her. So she was like, "Oh, so you don't care if I send like titty pics or like the J pics to like old ass fat dudes?" And
So you're trying to earn points and it goes against you.
Yeah, I know. And I'm like, yeah, what do women want? So like
The reverse Uno card.
yeah,
Oh, I feel bad for you, man. I'm sorry.
and so yeah, and so she was like, "Oh, and so you wouldn't care. Like I thought you would care more." I'm like, and when she said that made me like I'm like, okay, so would it be caring of me to say like, "Oh, I don't want you making an OnlyFans because I kind of like your self-image. I care about it too much, and I don't want you to go down that route. Like, so no, stop it. Like, so would that be caring, or would caring be, yeah, babe, I'll support you in whatever you want to do, and like, so that kind of brings up like it's a double-edged sword. Like, is it caring for me to like care about her self-image, or is it caring for me to support her, like, in her new career, or like if she wants to do it? So that was actually kind of interesting, I think, to bring up.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I kind of thought about this, because I don't have a girlfriend, so like I could be in the same pickle if I had one that Kade was in and fuck myself over by saying the wrong thing. But like what I was thinking about this, and I'm like, okay, I would never judge anyone for anything they did in the past, right? So like you come into a relationship, like I'm not gonna hold anything against you or judge you or like all that. So if you've got like 10K subscribers and you're making a bunch of money off that, like, and that's like something that you have to deal with, and I'll probably find out sometime, like, all right, cool, let me know. Like, I don't care what you've done. But if you're in a relationship with me, no. That's not part of the deal. And I would end that relationship because that's not a healthy habit, I don't think. Like, just in a lot of ways, you start doing that, like, foundation's gone, and it's like, no.
Right.
No, it's mine and all that, but I wouldn't judge you for doing shit before you met me.
Right. So if they went into the relationship with 10K subscribers, like you said, you'd be cool with it, or would you want them to stop?
No, I'd say stop. And they'd be like, if they said, well, I'm making a bunch of money off that, I'm like, all right, well, sorry, can't keep going forward then. I'm not comfortable with that. Just like you could walk away from the relationship if you're not comfortable with me doing something that you don't agree with.
Mm-hmm.
Stay
Fair
strong.
point.
I like that.
Yeah. If
sorry, just one last thing. If you're like, well, but what about the money? How about rent? I'd say I'd love you even if you didn't make a single penny, like they should say to me.
Good point.
Good point. I like it.
So I talked to Ray about it, and I said I'm completely okay with my girlfriend having an OnlyFans, because one, that's a stupid fucking amount of money that they're making. If you can clear $50,000 a month, go ahead and do it. If you gotta show your asshole for it, go ahead and make $50,000 a month. I don't care how you got that money. You're not hurting anyone. It's your body. You can do what you want with it. All right. I mean, as long as you're not fucking like selling your actual body out to like fuck people, I don't care.
That's called prostitution.
Okay?
And that's illegal.
Exactly. In some states. But
Trevor just get me in on the cut. It's okay if I get a chain. Like.
But so I was saying how it's completely okay with me. But then like OnlyFans has like the private, people can like interact with you. People can message you and ask for like private things. They want like dirty talk so they can tip you more and stuff like that. So then like, how would you feel with other guys saying, oh yeah, girl, how would you feel if I like jizz on your feet or something?
And if that's how she made money, it's in their fiduciary interest to keep talking to that individual.
Yeah.
And
then
communicating.
which is
so
where the
how-
healthy relationship
how
starts.
yeah, how would I feel with other guy like her dirty talking with other guys on that app to make money? But I thought I'm completely okay. Like, I mean, most of these, like, it's money. Why would my girlfriend want to sleep, like, actually be interested in someone that's buying her nudes online and trying to talk dirty over, like, some fucking Discord app? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
True.
I mean, if my girlfriend left me for someone over, like, Discord or something, then I mean, like, yeah.
Have a good one.
Yeah. So I mean I would completely trust my girlfriend like with OnlyFans, and I don't see a problem with it whatsoever. She said she didn't trust me if I had an OnlyFans though. But
Dude,
That's
I
another
don't, and I'm not even in a relationship with you.
I don't know, dude. I don't have a great body. I just got some cool feet. All right. And if you want to see these cool feet, I'll have to take off my dirty socks and possibly mail them to you and then send you feet pics for an extra price. So
Wait, so you get the socks for free regardless?
oh wait, fuck. I didn't come up with a good plan here.
Your business
That's a
model.
steal, bro.
Honest, you want free socks? You gotta pay extra.
I get reverse
for the feet
grandma
pics.
dirty socks, dude. Oh my god.
You got a great name to start an OnlyFans, by the way.
I really
do.
do.
Exactly.
You do.
And a pre-fan base.
People
Yeah.
are going to be showing up
Okay.
expecting one thing, and they're going to get a completely different thing.
Actually, I'd be really concerned for the people showing up to see the thing that they're expecting to see.
So what I can do is on my own page, I have some hair on my feet. I can just shave one foot and then leave the other one like hairy, so I can get into like multiple like fetishes for feet.
I
So,
see.
yeah. Be like, do you
that's
like
too much thought into this
do you like
Shave
you like
your
nude-
feet live.
shave my? Oh my god, yeah, dude, wow, that's
how
got to
you
be a
do it.
fetish somewhere.
That's how it's done.
So I can have like hairy teen, nude, bald teen feet, you know. Then maybe if I want a smoking fetish, I could just stick a cigarette in between my tongue.
Can we get to can we get to Brent's take?
Can we cancel Kemper?
The question was, would you be comfortable with your girlfriend having an OnlyFans? And Kemper goes straight into how he's gonna make money off of OnlyFans.
I was fucking planning his budding OnlyFans career. But yeah, going
I
on.
don't think I would be okay with my girlfriend having the OnlyFans career that I plan to have for myself.
You'd be jealous.
After all the shit
It
about
depends
being
what she's
open
doing.
and
Oh my god.
but yeah, moving on. My wonderful girlfriend, the Vicster, Vicky Icky. We have talked about this several different, couple times jokingly, a couple times seriously, and we kind of came to this consensus that it would definitely make me uncomfortable. At the same time, I feel really bad for like simps. You know, like simps on Twitch and fucking YouTube, all these people that just go to e-girl sites and just donate like their fucking paycheck to this girl. Like, I'm like, you guys must just be so fucking sad and thirsty. Like, it's actually crazy to think about, like, being that desperate for attention.
Mm-hmm.
And to me, if they want to just dump all of their savings onto my girlfriend, who's very invested in me, I hope.
She's loyal. I get the sense she's loyal.
It seems that way. Then I wouldn't mind a whole. I would just prefer to have it feet only. If that is an option, I hope that's an option.
Brent,
is that an option?
Brent, you know what I just thought of? So let's say for the sake of argument, Vic does get an OnlyFans.
Okay.
And you fucking go on her profile and look at her subscriber list and you just see the boys.
dude,
My
seriously,
God.
that's what's gonna happen. That's why, like,
Yeah.
and so this is going forward to another thing. And I, again, don't have a girlfriend. My opinion on this matter could completely change. You know, if I had one, I might be up here and saying something different. But look, it is your body, it is your choice, but there are consequences to that. Like, and you can't get mad at a company for not hiring you because they looked into something and saw that there are a lot of pornographic images of you on the internet. Like, that's not injustice. They'll not hire people for having tattoos. They'll not hire people for a number of reasons. Like, there are social and real world consequences to that. You can go into that, and if you're aware of the risks and all that, but
yeah, when
that
you're not,
shit's there, and it will catch up to you at
when
some
you're not
point.
in your
in some
early
way.
20s anymore, and you start to get a little older, and the start slowing down, then the e-girl status isn't really going to hold up much after that point.
You'll become an e-milf.
An email.
Ew.
Oh god.
No.
Oh god.
Imagine
And then an
like-
e-grandma.
Oh,
E-reverse
stop.
grandma.
Then
Yeah.
they'll catch up to Kemper.
I hate that.
Imagine like 50-year-olds trying to be an e-girl. That's the cringiest thing I could
It
possibly
happens. It
imagine.
happens every day.
That's disgusting.
If you see
Oh.
all of the ridiculous amount of Twitch streams that are just girls with cleavage, and they think they can just get by with donations without having like decent content or personality at all, it's fucking crazy. The
Sniper
ratio
Wolf.
of people. Yeah. That's actually a good example. But
Fuck you, Sniper Wolf.
yeah, it blows my mind. Like I said before, like I feel bad for like the dudes that are so unbelievably thirsty and desperate that they do that. That's what they turn to rather than even
same with
porn is so much cheaper.
Yeah.
So much fucking cheaper. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Fucking Pokimane sucks too.
Well, she has an
Dude.
actual personality and good content. I pass. She has a pass.
You know what? You know what I think the thing is, now that you brought that up, Brent, about like how porn is just so much easier to get and cheaper, free and shit. It's like, I think the thing, like the selling point is like, this is an obtainable goal. This isn't like, you know, this is someone in your neighborhood or like around you. Like the fact that it's not just like a porn star or something is
right.
Like an actual production. It's like someone in their room, like something they'd send to their boyfriend. Like that's the selling point. That it's like, this is kind of creepy that they would spend that much money on it. It is their paychecks.
Yeah.
You know, like you said. So yes.
To each their own. I always stand by that. But what the fuck?
Yeah.
Trimmy, what's your take?
So Casey and I have talked about this naturally. I think she would be down to do it. I support it. Make the money. I really don't care. Literally do whatever. Could not care less.
Yeah.
There you go.
It's your body. You use it when you need it. Call JG Wentworth 877.
That is pretty much what happened.
Yeah.
That is funny.
No, like that's such a good. It's a good topic though to discuss. And
It is.
like I said earlier, like, is it caring for you to be like, no, I'm not comfortable with it. If you like, I don't care if you want to do it. Like, I'm not comfortable with it. Or is it caring for you to be like, it's your body, do what you want, babe? Like, I think that's just, it goes both ways. Like, it makes sense to go both ways.
I feel really bad for you that you got put into that corner.
Yeah.
You were in an
it was unwinnable.
50-50 mix up. You had no choice.
Like, I love my girlfriend, but like, like that was just,
That
hurts.
That's a hard one.
It was a weird situation, but I mean, I would lean more towards the, like, do what you want, babe. Like, I don't really care. We're in this together, so fuck it, you know? So,
yeah.
Love you, Lauren. Love you, babe.
As we each look to our significant others. Please forgive me for this.
We're like, do what you want, babe. And then inside of our brains, we're like, don't do it, please.
Don't, please. Yeah, I think my answer was more joking than serious, but yeah, I would definitely be a little uncomfortable if it ended up becoming a reality. And if Joe if fucking Joe was on
Oh
this
my god, you're
podcast,
on there.
I would find
Messaging.
him. I would find him and just. I don't even know what I'm slashing
He's
tires.
such a
First and
prick about
foremost.
it too.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
like, what are you talking about? I just wanted to talk to Alexa 69.
So quick fucking Joe story. It'll be real quick. He used to not torment. He used to torment this fucking girl in our high school, and it was always in a joking way. And she always like laughed at it, and she always found it like super entertaining and funny. But he would go on her Facebook posts and like say if it was a picture of her at a bonfire, it would be like a picture of her and her bestie like sitting there going like, yeah, hello. And then he would tag himself, his name, Joe Kellogg, in the background, in the darkness of the background. And like, so like if you hovered over the image, it would be like fucking background behind them. Watching from the shadows, and I'm like, you're so fucking weird. Why are you like
That's
this?
terrifying.
I did dumb shit like that on Facebook too.
Oh, did you?
Typical Joe maneuver right there.
Mhm.
Is that going to be a new segment at the end of each podcast?
We should. I have a fucking book full of Joe stories that I could just free reign. But yeah, I think we're gonna call it a night after this one. Thank you all for listening in. If you've made it this far, we greatly appreciate it. Be sure to follow Woke and Weird on all of our socials. It'll be linked down in the description below. I have been your host, Goonie. You can follow me on Twitter at GoonieBags with an underscore and a Z. Also, I own an esports org. You can follow us at Empire Esports RL on Twitter as well. We got lots of cool things. If you're a Rocket League player, lots of cool giveaways, lots of cool tournaments. Yeah, check us out. Where can we find you, Jake?
You can find me at DJ Pop Daddy Downs, and you're gonna have to at me. Like, I want people to at me and communicate with me. You don't need to follow me. You don't need to like me. I wanna get in an actual conversation with someone for this. See if I can piss them off a little bit.
How about you, Kimber? Where can we find you?
You can find me at Kemper Phillips on LinkedIn. Give me a job, please. Oh, wait. Oh, sorry. Wrong podcast.
OnlyFans,
Wrong
man.
podcast.
What are you talking about?
That's your future career.
Sorry. Reverse Grandma on Instagram and Woken Weird on Instagram too. Woke underscore and underscore weird. And is there anything else? There's too many. We said our YouTube, right?
Yep. I mentioned our YouTube. Yep.
Yeah,
We love
smash that
everybody.
like button.
Yep. We love everybody on Reverse Grandma. Follow some attention. So appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Trimmy, where can we find you, bud?
Instagram and Twitter at Austin Trimnell. If you want to talk to me, I'll try not to piss you off.
What's your cat's name?
My cat's name is Midnight.
There you go. How about you, Kade? Where can we find you?
Hello, it's me, your boy. You can follow me at Instagram and Twitter at Kade Runner 2049. Yes, that is a Blade Runner reference. Get over it.
People will get over it eventually. And our producer Tim left to go get his beak wet. So more from him.
Can't blame him.
Yeah.
Cannot blame him. So yep. Love y'all. Appreciate it. Bye. Peace.
Bye-bye.
Dopamine.